Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to reports from France, Paul Pogba wants to renew his contract with Manchester United, but reportedly on one condition, that he's made the Premier League's highest paid player. At the moment, Pogba receives £290,000 a week. Pogba's current contract at Manchester United expires next summer. Before the start of this season, Pogba rejected a new Man United contract offer. Now, Paul Pogba may miss the rest of 2021. Because on Monday, Pogba suffered a thigh injury in France training. And reports have been saying that Paul Pogba may never play for Manchester United again. And Manchester United are prepared to sell Paul Pogba in the January transfer window. Pogba has got one game to serve in the league out of the 3-match ban he got. Pogba got sent off for the two-footed challenge on Naby Keita in the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool. Pogba played in the 2-2 draw against Atalanta the other week, and he put a very poor performance out. Reflecting on that, Pogba got heavily criticised. But Pogba did enjoy a good start to the Premier League season. Pogba has got 7 assists so far in the league. He produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while, and he has sustained a couple of ankle injuries at Man United. This season is Pogba's 6th season at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. Manchester United paid £89 million for him, so reflecting on that, he's our most expensive signing at the moment. We had Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. Pogba's had a long-running transfer saga. He's been relentlessly linked with Real Madrid. His former club Juventus have been in for him. Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he rejoined Man United. PSG have been in for him. Barcelona have been in for him. He said earlier on this season that Pogba had been offered to Barcelona, and Inter Milan have been in for him before. So that's more news on Paul Pogba. Now today I've been talking with you a lot about Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers is the favourite to replace Solskjaer at Manchester United. Brendan Rodgers has verbally agreed to become Man United's new manager, and the Manchester Evening News have said that Man United are ready to trigger Brendan Rodgers' contract clause if Solskjaer gets sacked. Now, would you take Brendan Rodgers at Manchester United? Yes, some United fans do want him to come in. Maybe there's some United fans that don't want Brendan Rodgers in, with him being a former Liverpool manager. But one thing I can say is that Brendan Rodgers is a far superior manager to Solskjaer. If Rodgers came to Man United though, would he get the best out of the players? Would he get Manchester United back to that level where they should be at? Would he suit the strappings of the club? Would he be capable of winning trophies as well at Man United? You've got to admire what Brendan Rodgers has done at Leicester. So far at Leicester, he's won the Community Shield and the FA Cup, and he's been Leicester manager for almost 3 years. He's got a contract with Leicester until 2025. There's been a lot of other managers on our agenda as well, not only Brendan Rodgers. Obviously Zinedine Zidane's been spoken about, but I think Zinedine Zidane is now out of the equation because he's not interested in the Manchester United job. Even though the other week it said Manchester United held talks with Zidane, and reports from Spain said that Zidane rejected the Newcastle job as he's waiting for the Man United or France job. Zidane is currently enjoying life away from football management. You've got Ralph Rangnick, that's been mentioned. Fabrizio Romano recently gave us an update on him. He said Manchester United turned down the chance to get Ralph Rangnick. There's been rumours of Ralph Rangnick coming in as the interim manager until the end of the season. Erik ten Hag's also been mentioned. There's a lot of United fans that would like to see him come in. You've got to admire what Erik ten Hag has done at Ajax. You know, he's won a few trophies and he's endured 4 years with Ajax. But apparently, Erik ten Hag is reluctant to leave Ajax. Pochettino, he's still being spoken about as well. In regards to Solskjaer, his job is safe for now. Solskjaer expects to remain Manchester United manager after the international break. Fabrizio Romano, the other day, gave us an update on Solskjaer's situation. Romano said that the Man United board have held no talks with other managers and still support Solskjaer. Yesterday, like I updated you, it said Solskjaer, is waiting to be sacked after leaving Manchester. On Monday, Solskjaer flew back home to Norway with his family. Obviously, Solskjaer is losing the fans' support. He's also losing the players. Solskjaer is under serious pressure. Manchester United have only won 1 of their last 6 league games, and we've had back-to-back home defeats to Manchester City and Liverpool. Manchester United are currently sitting 6th in the Premier League at the moment. I think after the Liverpool game, Solskjaer should have been sacked. If we'd have sacked Solskjaer after the Liverpool game, I can assure that Manchester United would have got Antonio Conte. It did say after the Liverpool game that Solskjaer had been given 3 games to save his job. Only won 1 of them 3 games, beat Tottenham 3-0. Drew 2-2 with Atalanta. Ronaldo saved Solskjaer in that game. If it weren't for Ronaldo, then we'd have lost that one. And we recently lost 2-0 to Man City. After the defeat to Man City, Solskjaer did say that the Man City defeat was a big step backwards. And Solskjaer also said that Man United were outclassed by Man City. I hope Manchester United do not stick with Solskjaer until the end of the season. If Solskjaer really cared about the club, he would resign. But obviously he's not going to resign, because obviously he doesn't get paid anything if he resigns, and obviously after the Liverpool game Solskjaer refused to resign. Manchester United must pay Solskjaer £7.5 million if they decide to sack him. In the summer, Solskjaer signed a new 3-year contract, and Manchester United made a mistake giving Solskjaer that contract, because Solskjaer will not see that contract out. Solskjaer has been given long enough at Manchester United. He's been Manchester United manager almost 3 years. And reflecting now on he's been at the football club, yeah, he's gained some managerial experience and he's learned quite a bit on the job, but there's still plenty of things Solskjaer's got to learn. Still a young coach, got a lot of development in him. The reason Solskjaer's lasted as long as he has done is because he's a legend of the club. Disregarding being a legend of the club, I think Solskjaer would have been sacked a while ago. And obviously we all adore Solskjaer with him being a legend of the club. Solskjaer had a proven pedigree when he was a player, because when Solskjaer was a player, he won a lot of trophies, didn't he? But unfortunately, Solskjaer has no proven pedigree as a manager. And that is a big concern. Solskjaer's tactics and team selections have also been questioned as well. Reflecting on our poor performances, yes, some of the blame does stem from Solskjaer, but not all of the blame stems from Solskjaer. Revert back to what I've said before. There's also players that have to take responsibility for those poor performances. But the club at the moment, from top to bottom, is in a predicament. And the way Manchester United are going to fix this is changing manager, and I think structural changes are also needed at the club. Manchester United should be doing much better than they are, because Manchester United have got a very good squad. The board backed Solskjaer in the summer transfer window and they're still backing him now. Manchester United enjoyed a very good summer transfer window this year. You know, made 4 signings, spent around £141 million, and Solskjaer's enjoyed like 5 transfer windows now as permanent Man United manager. You know, Solskjaer ran out of excuses a while ago. Solskjaer got appointed in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Manchester United manager since March 2019. But the expectations are far too high for Solskjaer to exceed as Man United manager, and Ollie's in a position he shouldn't be in. Solskjaer's not even won a trophy yet as Man United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Solskjaer is Manchester United's 4th permanent manager since Ferguson, because Man United have sacked 3 managers since Ferguson, sacked Moyes, Van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. And Man United are not even really known as a sacking football club, because we haven't got the structure to keep sacking managers. But we're not getting the best out of a lot of these players because Manchester United are not playing as a team. It's a team of individuals, like a lot of pundits have spoken about. You've got the likes of City, Liverpool and Chelsea and that all play as a team, and that explains why they're in a much, much better position than Manchester United at this moment in time. If Manchester United did play as a team, then we'd be competitive and would be up there with the likes of City, Liverpool and Chelsea. We've got a title winning squad. So in reality, Man United should be winning the Premier League this season. We haven't won the league since 2013. But look at the players we've got in the team. Obviously, we've got the best player in the world overall in Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo's even becoming infuriated with Manchester United. He's also mocked Solskjaer's tactics. He did that in the 5-0 defeat to Liverpool. Man United are relying on Ronaldo far too much though. Obviously Ronaldo saved Solskjaer in the 2-2 draw against Atalanta because Ronaldo netted twice in stoppage time at the end of both halves. Ronaldo also scored the winner in the reverse fixture against Atalanta at Old Trafford. He scored the winner against Villarreal earlier on this season. He scored a very good volley in the 3-0 win against Tottenham. Ronaldo did play in the 2-0 defeat to Man City last weekend. But he was anonymous in that game because he got very little service. He did have 2 chances in the game though. Ronaldo recently got named Player of the Month for October. So that's back-to-back awards now because back in September Ronaldo got named Premier League Player of the Month. Ronaldo has won 32 major trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Ronaldo's got a contract with Man United till 2023. There's an option of a further year. Ronaldo receives £480,000 a week, so he's the highest earner at Man United at the moment. And Ronaldo wears the number 7 shirt, and we got him for 19.8 million with add-ons included. You've got Mason Greenwood as well. He's a talented player. Greenwood's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. I can assure he's got a long-term future at Manchester United. So far this season, Greenwood has scored 4 goals in the league. At one point, Greenwood went a while without scoring, but despite that, he's been a revelation for Man United. You know, he made his senior debut back in 2019. He's been a United player since the age of 7, and last season Greenwood signed a new 4-year contract. Most of the time Greenwood plays on the right wing, but obviously against City he was playing up top alongside Ronaldo. The Greenwood and Ronaldo partnership doesn't work out, but the Cavani-Ronaldo partnership works out, because Cavani and Ronaldo complement each other well. Jadon Sancho, he's a good player overall, but I think Sancho's been very poor for Manchester United so far. But I don't think Sancho's to blame. I think Solskjaer is to blame, because when Solskjaer decides to play Sancho, he persistently plays him out of position. Fans have been getting on Sancho's back, reflecting on his poor performances, but there's quite a few games that Sancho doesn't even play in as well. So reflecting on that, does he have a future at Man United? But it does take some players time to settle in, and I said Sancho will do well at Man United, providing that is used correctly. Sancho endured 4 very good years with Borussia Dortmund. And I was hoping at Manchester United he could replicate what he did in his 4 years at Dortmund, but he hasn't replicated what he did at Dortmund so far. Man United got Sancho in a deal worth 78 million with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till June 2026. There's an option of a further year. You've got Bruno Fernandez. He's an exceptional player as well. He's one of the best signings we've made since Ferguson retired. Fernandez starts the vast majority of Manchester United's games. He has been consistent in a lot of games for Man United, but on the other side of things, there's been quite a few games where he's looked off the pace. Fernandez was very poor in the defeat to Man City last weekend. Fernandez has been a Manchester United player for almost 2 years now. Last season he won Player of the Year and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. Earlier on this season, Fernandez did say that he wants to stay at Manchester United. But when Fernandez came to Manchester United, he said, "I've come to Manchester to win trophies." We got Fernandez from Sporting Lisbon back in January 2020. Fernandez has got a contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further 12 months. There was talks about Fernandez getting the new contract earlier on this season, obviously with the signing of Ronaldo. We've obviously got Marcus Rashford, that's good as well. He's done well in quite a few games since he's come back, but he's also been poor in a few games as well. Rashford was out with a shoulder injury for a while at one point, and at one point he had to have an operation on his shoulder. Most of the time, Rashford plays on that left wing. Well, that's where he's mostly effective. He's far superior on the left wing to the right wing and up top. Rashford's been part of the club for a long time now, Reasonable Power Academy. He's been at United since the age of 7, and Rashford's been in our senior squad since 2016. Rashford's got a contract with Man United until 2023. You've got Edison Cavani. He's a good player as well. But unfortunately, I think Cavani's going to be leaving Manchester United next year. Cavani has got under a year left on his Man United contract. Back in May, he signed that 1-year contract extension. This season is Cavani's second full season at Man United. We got Cavani on a free transfer. By the way, Cavani's out with injury till December. Earlier on this season, Cavani was out with injury. Cavani's got a good pedigree behind him though. Look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at PSG. Not only that, he was a long-serving player when he was at PSG. You've got Donny van der Beek. He's another good player Manchester United have got. But I haven't had much of a perception on him at Man United, I'm afraid, because Van der Beek doesn't get given enough game time. And I've said Solskjaer needs to start Van der Beek, especially in the Premier League, because he's a good player. Looks like Van der Beek's going to be leaving Man United in January. Before the Liverpool game, Solskjaer made an admission regarding Van der Beek, saying that he's furious and disappointed. over his situation at Old Trafford. And earlier on this season it said Van der Beek was furious with Solskjaer. Van der Beek's endured a difficult, 19 months at Man United. This season is Van der Beek's second full season at the club. We got Van der Beek for 40 million? With add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025 and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. You've also got Paul Pogba. That's a good player. Not only a good player, he's an imperative player as well. You've got Luke Shaw. He's a good left back. But this season so far, Luke Shaw has not proven how good he can be, because I've got to make an admission, Luke Shaw's been very, very poor so far this season. Where's the Luke Shaw from last season? Because last season Luke Shaw was superb. He was far superior last season to how he has been so far this season. Luke Shaw's now out with injury, I think, because he came off injured in the 2-0 defeat to City and he had to be replaced by Tellez. And Shaw was the main culprit for City's second goal by Bernardo Silva. Earlier on this season, Luke Shaw had a minor injury and illness. Shaw's our first choice left back. He's been our first choice left back for a while. And he still remains our first choice left back despite the arrival of Tellez. Shaw has been at Manchester United for 7.5 years, so he's been a long-serving player, and Shaw's got under 2 years left on his contract. And you've got Alex Tellez, that's a good left back as well, but Tellez doesn't really get in the team. Tellez will only play when Luke Shaw's not available, but in some of the games Tellez has played in, I think he has done well. He really has. I think Tellez is leaving Man United next year. The reason we brought Tellez in was to provide competition for Shaw. Earlier on this season, Tellez was out with injury. We got Tellez for 15.4 million with add-ons included. We got him from Porto last year. And you've got Wan-Bissaka. That's also a very, very good right back. The defensive side of his game, you can't knock it. It's superb. But the attacking side of his game, he's not good. He needs to, improve the attacking side of his game. I think Bissaka's positioning's got to improve a bit more, and I think his crossing's got to improve a bit more. But despite that, I think he's one of the best right backs we've had since Gary Neville. This season is Wan-Bissaka's 3rd full season at Man United. We got him 50 million from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. And you've got Eric Bailly, good centre-half. But I think Bailly's leaving Manchester United next year because Bailly doesn't get regular game time. He lost his place in the team a while ago. The 2 reasons is because the signing of Varane in the summer transfer window, and Solskjaer prefers Lindelof ahead of Eric Bailly. I can't understand why though. Bailly has made 3 appearances so far this season. My element of concern about Eric Bailly is injury prone. Towards the end of last season, Bailly signed a new contract with Man United till 2024. There's an option of a further year. Bailly's been at Manchester United for like 5.5 years now. We got Bailly for 30 million from Villarreal back in 2016. And you've obviously got Raphael Varane, another good centre-half. He's done well in quite a few of the games he's played in for Man United, but there's been a couple of games where Varane's looked off the pace. Varane's not available at the moment anyway, because he's out with a hamstring injury. He's out for around a month. Varane only just come back from a groin injury not so long ago, and he was out with that groin injury for a few weeks. Varane initially made his return in the 3-0 win against Tottenham. Manchester United got Varane in a deal worth 41 million with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further year. Varane to Man United was official just before kick-off against Leeds, which was the opening day. But Varane is regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. He's highly experienced and he's got a good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at Real Madrid. Not only that, he was a long-serving player when he was at Real Madrid. And you've got Harry Maguire. That's a good centre-half when he wants to be. But I think Maguire's been very, very poor this season. He's totally capitulated since he come back from that calf injury. The best game Maguire's had so far this season, I'd say, was the 3-0 win against Tottenham, even though he did get booked in that game. Manchester United overpaid for Harry Maguire, got him for 80 million, so he's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive signing at the club. And you've obviously got De Gea, that's a very, very good goalkeeper as well. De Gea's done really well this season so far, so you've got to give him credit in that aspect. Don't forget De Gea reclaimed the number 1 spot back in the summer. De Gea decided to cut short his holiday by 2 weeks to fight for the starting place because it said De Gea is determined to fight for his Man United future. De Gea's won everything domestically at the football club and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. De Gea's got under 2 years left on his contract and he receives £375,000 a week. And this season is De Gea's 11th season at Man United, so he's been a long servant. He's been with us since the Ferguson era. And obviously you've got Dean Henderson, that's a decent keeper as well. Obviously he's our second choice goalkeeper. I think Henderson will go out on loan though next year. Well, he wants to go out on loan. Obviously because De Gea reclaimed the number 1 spot back and Henderson's obviously not getting his opportunities. Henderson's only been in goal for 1 game so far this season. That was the game against West Ham in the Cup. But at one point Henderson was out with COVID for a while. Henderson did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. At one point last season Henderson got that number 1 jersey. So there you go. We've got very, very good players. There's also inconsistent players at Man United. You know, you've got Martial, that's not good enough, but Martial doesn't really get in the team anyway. I don't think Lingard's good enough, but Lingard doesn't really get in the team. Fred's not good enough. McTominay's not good enough, but I still probably would give McTominay a bit more time. I don't think Matic is good enough, even though he has had his good games at Man United. Victor Lindelof, he's another one. That's not good enough either. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.